Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys another week of the aDrive Army Battle League. We are here in the playoffs, we are in the semifinals, and if we can win this match, we'll actually go to the championship in the aDrive Army Battle League, which is pretty cool. Our opponent is going to be the Cleveland Escavaliers, and the coach, Rudiger, I believe. We played him earlier in the season. We actually were able to beat him way earlier. I think we 4-0'd him on the back of Mega Pidgeot, as we've done kind of so much this season, and we're gonna be doing this again. Hopefully we're gonna be able to pick up another W here and ultimately come out on top against Rudiger. So I've got the team that I brought last time, and we're gonna kind of tweak that one a little bit and then ultimately battle him here shortly. So if you guys haven't been catching up or keeping up with these, this is against my subscribers in my aDrive Army Discord server, and they're pretty casual battles. You know, I do the battles on Showdown, I build the team really quickly in like 20 or 30 minutes. And in this case, like I said, we won last time, so like I wasn't gonna like overthink things or like do anything too crazy, but there are gonna be some tweaks I think we make to the team. So anyway, looking at his team, he's got the Landorus, the Klefki, the Vaporeon, the Dhelmise, the Persian, the Quillfish, Electivire, Mega Absol, Infernape, Haxorus, Tornadus Incarnate, and Kecleon. So last time he brought Landorus, and it was a Life Orb Landorus. He brought the Vaporeon, which was defensive, the Dhelmise, which had Rapid Spin, Alolan Persian, which had Hidden Power Ice. He had the Haxorus, which I think was a Dragon Dance variant, and then Kecleon, which had Stealth Rocks, and I think Knockoff is what we saw. Pretty bulky there. So he's gonna really prepare for Pidgeot this match. I have no doubts about that. He is gonna definitely be bringing things to kind of deal with Pidgeot. So I'm gonna bring Pidgeot because it's really good against him, but at the same time, like I definitely know it can't be like the core focus of our strategy, but I'm not gonna touch our Pidgeot at all. I think that this set is really solid, so there's really not a ton for us to change there. Can you drag and do that? No, you can't. So the next thing I brought was our Choice Banded Zygarde. The reason why I brought Choice Banded Zygarde was I felt like he didn't really have the best switch-ins to this thing in general, and I felt like the priority from Extreme Speed was really valuable against things like Infernape, Haxorus, and Mega Absol, all of which are pretty frail Pokemon. I can hit them really hard with an Extreme Speed and do really well there. I think that this set, again, is good. I don't really feel the need to change it in this situation. I think that I just pressure him a ton with Thousand Arrows. I have a hard time thinking like that this needs to be changed. Like obviously Dhelmise can switch in, but other than that, like he doesn't really have the best switch ins to this thing. I mean, I could potentially run Crunch on it or something. I don't really know if I anticipate myself locking into Outrage in really any situation, so maybe I should consider adding Crunch. I think he does get Crunch, so maybe that'll be like a slight tweak we can do, because then I can hit the Dhelmise pretty hard if I predict that switch in, which is very, you know, it's a very possible switch in. And this EV spread is the same. I don't really think that that needs to change, honestly. Like I said, I brought this with the intention of trying to break down his like frailer Pokemon. We have our Normalium Z Belly Drum Azumarill, which didn't end up doing a ton last game. I think this Pokemon is really worth bringing in this matchup because it helps me against the Infernape, it helps me against the Absol, and very much so, having that, you know, really powerful Aqua Jet I think is just so valuable. I do think a Belly Drum set does work against him though, so I'm conflicted because I think that this same exact set can really put in a ton of work. Obviously, Klefki could be a bit annoying with Thunder Waves and things like that. So I'm a little torn there, but I think that if I don't bring a Normalium Z Belly Drum set, then my best bet is to bring like a Leftovers offensive pseudo bulky set, because then I can take on some of his hits. But again, I just feel like if I can get a Belly Drum up, this thing can win the game. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna keep this the same, to be honest. Like he's got things that can take hits from it, but at the same time, like if his team is weakened, it really puts in a lot of work. We brought our Rotom last time, which is physically defensive with Leftovers, Will-O-Wisp, Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, Defog. I think that this set stays the same, man. I set up the hazards. It's a really good defensive switch into things like Dhelmise. It's a really good switch into Vaporeon and Klefki and Landorus. Obviously, Infernape puts in a lot of work, and Haxorus and those things, but I just feel like, you know, defensively, it's really powerful against him. And, you know, it's able to, you know, take a bunch of different hits. And I like the defog, especially with him having a Klefki and potentially trying to set hazards. We did have Necrozma last time, and this is probably one of the things I'm going to switch out. I didn't really feel like it did a ton. I had Earth Power, dual screens, Light Clay, and the Light Clay was to help with the Azumarill setting up, and it really didn't do much for me. So I'm thinking we can go a different route with our Necrozma here. And actually, I feel like a setup set would be really good, like a Rock Polish set. Could be really effective against him. If he goes for a super effective move, I can activate a weakness policy, set up Rock Polish, then go for game. So I think that that's probably a solid option because he's got a number of different things that do hit me on this from a super effective perspective, including like Mega Absol's knockoff and stuff. But I guess the Mega Absol Sucker Punch would be a bit of a problem. I don't know. I definitely want to bring something with Stealth Rock. So, you know, Stack Attack is kind of cool, but again, he has a lot of things that could potentially do a lot of work against me otherwise. So, if he didn't have that Vaporeon, I would totally bring Trick Room Stack Attack with... yeah, I just think Stack Attack is not that good. It's like kind of good in this game, but he's gonna have, you know, I can't decide between Chople and Shuka, so I think I just leave Stack Attack out, and we do bring our Necrozma again. It's just a matter of what the set is gonna be. Do I bring like a defensive set with Stealth Rocks, or do I bring, you know, like a more offensive set which can try to sweep the game? You know, I do feel like Weakness Pulse is really good, but he does have that Absol, so I'm a little nervous about that. Like, there's a part of me that wants to just go hard and bring Shuckle, knowing that he does have like the Klefki and the Lando and the Delmise can all remove hazards though, so I just don't feel like Shuckle's gonna be that great. I would love to be able to bring Shuckle though. Ferroseed's kind of cool, pressured by Mega Absol. Pangoro, I don't see Pangoro really doing a ton, although actually, Pangoro may not be terrible. Klefki's really annoying for it, but it does hit pretty hard against his team. You know, it's tough. I don't know if I think Pangoro is the answer. Although Pangoro is like really solid as a switch into things like Kecleon. If he brings Persian again, if he brings Delmise, Pangoro can come in against those and really pressure him with knockoff. So it's just a matter of what I think is best, because I gotta bring Stealth Rocks. But I think Necrozma is just too good to bring, like, in general. I just feel like it's so bulky. It shuts down Infernape really well. And even though it's not that great against Absol, it can hold it down. So I can run like Colbur Berry and run like Calm Mind on this thing. Is that crazy? I think we just run support, like with Toxic. It's probably the best bet. I mean, I can run Colbur Berry, but I don't even know if I need it. I think I can just run Leftovers. I think we just run Leftovers. Prism Armor is really good. We're not going to run dual screens this time. We're going to probably run Photon Geyser. We've got Earth Power. I think I need Toxic. I mean, I could just run Mono Earth Power again, too. It wasn't too bad. Toxic and then Moonlight, maybe. Because then I can at least Toxic the Lando. I really Toxic everything. And he's not going to stay with Quillfish. And, I mean, I can't Toxic Mega Absol, but he has to Mega Evolve first. So I don't think that's a terrible idea. And we're still really bulky, although I don't even know if I had... Oh, no, I'm negative speed. I guess that's fine. I thought the dual screens was sick, but I think he's going to, like, prepare for that. So I think just, like, having a more defensive Necrozma is probably better. And then last time we used this, like, Rest, Curse... why was I Gluttony? I was Gluttony last time? That was a mistake. That was a mistake last time. Do I bring Snorlax again? I kind of put in some work, but I don't think it's the answer. I think we bring something different this time. So with that in mind, we can bring Salazzle, which is kind of cool because it does outspeed Absol. I don't really know what it does to it. We can bring Pangoro, which does get priority, or we can bring Shuckleman and try to set up webs. I just like don't know if I like the idea of trying to bring Shuckle to set up webs when I feel like there's such a good chance that he's going to be able to get rid of the hazards. Ferroseed's kind of cool though. Like Ferroseed's kind of cool. But if he has fire coverage on Absol, then it's less cool. This is tough. Part of me really feels like I like Pangoro though, because I don't think he brings... I think I gotta bring Pangoro, guys. Like I really do. I really feel like Pangoro's got an okay matchup. I think it's good because it just really pressures him with knockoff. Does Mold Breaker do anything for me here? I don't think so. I don't think I really need Mold Breaker. Scrappy's kind of cool in this matchup, but I think Iron Fist is probably the best. So I definitely want knockoff. I think I pressure him a lot with knockoff in this match. And Bulk Up actually might be a solid option because he's a mostly physically oriented team. So I kind of like the Bulk Up. I like the knockoff. I like Drain Punch, Earthquake. Or do I need Ice Punch? I might need Ice Punch. Earthquake hits Klefki. I mean, if I'm bulking up though, I can I mean, Ice Punch would be really nice. Drain Punch does hit Klefki too. I'm not staying in on Klefki anyway, so I'll run Ice Punch. And I think in terms of an item here, I think that this set could actually be really good. Maybe Leftovers or Choppleberry. Yo, Chopple could be kind of sick, because that allows us to take a hit from Infernape and Superpower Mega Absol, which could be kind of spicy. Or Drain Punch Kecleon. Do I want to run Choppleberry though on this thing? Dude, I'm going for it, man. I feel like that's kind of a cool option. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. All right, so I'm gonna run Vaporeon hits like 65 speed, I think. So let me open a damage calculator and see what Vaporeon hits. Vaporeon 65, which means it hits 166. 166. Let's see here. So we can hit like 172. And then we'll run max attack, adamant, with the rest in bulk. So that puts me above that. And then the rest of it's not like a huge deal. Like Kecleon's gonna be really slow anyway. So I think that that's good. So that should work out. Knock off, bulk up, drain punch, and ice punch. I think that's cool. And we'll drop that. And yeah, I think that's gonna be the team, man. I think I'm gonna go with this same Normalium Z Belly Drum set though, because I just feel like if I can get a Belly Drum up, we can win the game. Alternatively, we run Banded and we just like gives ourselves a chance to just click Banded Aqua Jets or Banded knockoffs early game and force switches. That's the other option, really, which isn't a bad option. We just run Banded, because Banded does threaten a lot of his Pokemon, including things like Mega Absol. Like, what is Banded? That's the thing. Like, if we're Banded, we like, or if we get the Belly Drum up, we like win. That's the thing. Like, Aqua Jet does like 75% to Absol, dude. And Absol doesn't do anything to me. I feel like I'm gonna run the Belly Drum set. I feel like I'm gonna run. He could run like T-Ball or something, but I'm gonna run the Belly Drum set. All right, I think this is the team, man. I'm not gonna like go crazy about it. It is what it is. I kind of like Pyrotoz in this matchup. We're gonna try it out. We'll see how it goes, guys. That's gonna be our team. I'm gonna get ready for this battle, and we're gonna throw down, guys, and it should be a lot of fun. So get excited, and let me get connected with Rudiger here, and hopefully we can pick up a W. All right, guys, here we are, ready to battle against Rudiger. He seems to have made some pretty big changes to his team, adding in the Infernape. Obviously, he's got the Persian still, the Haxorus, the Landorus, that's all the same, but also added in Klefki, which is pretty scary. I did actually make a last-minute change, and I dropped Bulk Up for Earthquake. I just felt like Earthquake was going to be a little bit more reliable on this team. I'm a little nervous about that Klefki here at the beginning. I kind of like a lead Zygarde if he doesn't lead Persian. That's something I do value here. I also think a lead Pyrotoz could be kind of cool too, because I can pressure him with like knockoff right off the bat. And I have the Choppleberry in case he does lead with the Infernape. If he leads Klefki though, I probably have to go into Voltergeist, which is a bit annoying, but at least I can defog away. So I think I'm gonna go with the lead Pangoro here and just kind of see what happens. So let's do that. And yeah, I hit him up and said, you know, let me know when you're ready. So yeah, we should be good here. I don't know how I feel about this matchup, honestly. I feel like he probably spent a good amount of time preparing, because the first battle I did pretty well against him. So you know, I do still see a lot of viability in Pidgeot, especially if I can weaken his team, but gotta be very careful with that Klefki, which probably has Thunder Wave. So we have to be very careful there. The thing could, you know, put in some work, but otherwise, aside from that, we can put in some work against him. So, you know, rocks aren't super important, I don't think. Yeah, I kind of like my lead. He's gonna lead a Alolan Persian, which I'm okay with. I get Pangoro up here, and I can pressure him immediately with knockoff, so that's what I'm gonna do. He's gonna go for the Fake Out, which is fine by me, and I get to pressure something with Knockout. If he wants to go for, you know, Parting Shot or something, that's fine. He's gonna go for a Toxic here, fine by me. I get a knockoff here. I'm gonna get rid of this thing's leftovers, which I really value, and now I have the ability to go for a Drain Punch here. I feel like he switches though, so I'm gonna predict the Parting Shot. He's actually gonna knock off my Choppleberry, so kind of a bummer there. I went for knockoff again, so it didn't really work out for us. He's got to be worried about knockoff again though, so I'm gonna Drain Punch this time. I don't know if he would predict the knockoff again, but I'll get a Drain Punch off on something and get some health back here. You know, without my Choppleberry, this thing isn't as good as it was. I did kind of weaken this Persian a little bit, and I know I can bring Pyrotoz in against Persian pretty much every time. I'm sure he's got Parting Shot though. There it is. I wish I went for the knockoff, but that's okay. He probably goes Klefki here, I would imagine, if I had to guess. Rotom actually looks really good against him to potentially Volt Switch around and things like that, so I could probably work with that. But he's gonna go right into his Infernape here. I'll get a Drain Punch off on this thing, which is pretty cool by me. I will take that damage. Does he go for a U-turn here is the question. I feel like he could easily go for a U-turn. He could also go for a close combat. I think I'm going to go into my Necrozma, though, in this situation. I think getting Necrozma in here isn't bad. If he does go for the offensive move, he just goes for rocks. Okay, I can trade rocks here myself and get him up. That might be kind of useful to just whittle down his team. Or I just go for Toxic here and try to whittle something down with that. I don't know if I see him going into Klefki against me. So I'm going to go for the Toxic, actually. He goes back into Persian here. And I get a Toxic off on the Persian, which isn't terrible. That's not a bad situation for me. He's obviously going to fake out or go for knockoff. I mean, my play is to go back into Power Toss here. This thing is, you know, he's able to take the hits. If he goes for a Parting Shell, that's fine. You know, I can go for a Drain Punch myself now and really, really weaken that Infernape, or I can just go for knockoff. So, I'm going to go for the knockoff. He's going to Parting Shot. So now I'll get rid of an item off of something, which is pretty solid. And it's giving Power Toss. Yeah, that's going to be the Vaporeon, which is phenomenal. Getting rid of this thing's leftovers was a big deal for me. So I will take that all day. I kind of want to defog here, to be perfectly honest. This is an opportunity for me to get Voltergeist in here and defog pretty safely. So I'm going to do just that. He very well may go for a Wish, though. And he is going to go for Wish. Okay. I kind of want to defog, but I can also pressure the Infernape with a Volt Switch here, which isn't a bad play. He could also go Persian, which is pretty weakened. So I don't know if we knock out the Infernape. I kind of want a Volt Switch, though, because if I can knock out the Infernape here, that would be really clutch. So I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll knock it out. We're not going to quite do enough, but it does give me momentum to go into my Necrozma here, which does pressure him, so it's not terrible. Now, obviously, he doesn't want to stay in here. Last time, I went for the Toxic. This time, I'm going to go for the Earth Power. He could U-turn here, but he didn't show that he had that, so it's possible he couldn't fit it on the set because he was Stealth Rocks. So, kind of a bummer that he was able to get that off. I wish we could have been able to do a little bit more damage there with the Volt Switch, but we're just trying to try to navigate this match a little bit here. Earth Power should do a good chunk to him. If he goes into the Persian, it's not a huge deal. You know, I can pressure that thing. He's gonna go Klefki here, which is phenomenal for me. I get a nice Earth Power off on this thing. Just a 2-shot. I really like that play. I think he's got a really safe play into Landorus here. But I think I just make the obvious play and go Earth Power. Because even though I can predict the Landorus, I don't really see why I need to. I'm just gonna Earth Power. I'm in a pretty commanding position here with Eclipse. And, like, I feel pretty comfortable just going for an Earth Power. I mean, like I said, he does have a really easy switch in and then go into the Landorus, though. Actually, would he save this Klefki? Let's think about this for a second. I've weakened it enough, so it's just a matter of, like, if he stays in, he's going to want to use this. I'm going to Toxic. I'm going to make a prediction. He goes to the light screen, so I'm a little bit bummed about that. So I make an improper or a wrong prediction, but I'm just going to go Voltergeist here, and I can just defog now. So, not the end of the world. He's got Reflex up. I get defog, though, so not a huge deal. We can remove his screens and the Stealth Rocks from our side of the field, so not a huge deal. And I've weakened the Klefki tremendously, so, you know, he gets his Infernape in here, which is nice for him, but I remove all the hazards, so I'm not as concerned. I just go right back into Eclipse here, to be honest. He may make the prediction, but again, I'm okay letting my Pangoro go down at this point, so if he doubles into, like, Persian here, it's really not a huge issue, and that thing is getting weakened, so we're not in a terrible spot. So, and now that that Klefki is weakened, like, he's not able to reliably switch in consistently, so I kind of like that. Let's see what he's gonna go. He just goes for the Flare Blitz. Big damage there. I can definitely take 2 more, so I'm pretty comfortable just Earth Powering here, just for damage, or getting at my own rocks. I'm gonna get at my own rocks, I think. Do I want to get at my own rocks? Kind of tricky. They don't really do a ton for me in this match. The Earth Power is kind of obvious. If he predicts the Earth Power, he goes Lando. He also has to be very scared of me going for a Psychic move. I can just Earth Power, though. I'm just going to Earth Power. He goes Vaporeon, so I wish I went for Toxic, but that's okay. Doesn't really do much, but I can Toxic the Vaporeon now and weaken this thing. He's probably just going to Wish, though. But I can Toxic him, so he's going to go for Wish. That's fine. And this could bring in the Persian. But again, I'm not super concerned. He could also go Klefki, so I'm going to Earth Power, predicting a potential Klefki. He's going to let his Vaporeon stay in, and he's going to Heal Bell off the Toxic, which is kind of a big deal. This thing is really getting a little bit too much offensive pressure against me. So I'm gonna Toxic again. Force him to heal bell. He probably wishes, but I'm forcing him to not be able to get these wishes in for free. So I'm gonna Earth Power. He could go Persian again though. Now that Persian's, so he's got heal bell, wish. Okay. So this is gonna be interesting. I really feel like maybe I should prioritize getting at my rocks, because we're forcing a lot of switches here. Let's go for rocks. He's gonna go Persian. Okay. So, and this Persian's gonna get actually back to full, which is very annoying. I feel like he's gotta know that Pyrotos is coming in here. I can't pull the trigger with Nexus yet. Actually, I probably could if I wanted to. A little risky, but I might be able to belly drum up on this Persian if I wanted to. I'm just gonna go Pyrotos again though. He might just Parting Shot this time. He goes for Fake Out. That's fine. He keeps going for that play. No big deal. I don't care if he knocks me out. I mean, I can go for the Drain Punch here and do a good amount of damage to really anything coming in. Or I can Earthquake, predicting the potential switch into either Clef Key or Infernape. I'm gonna Earthquake. He's gonna Parting Shot. Hopefully he goes Infernape here and I can click this. I can get this Earthquake off on it. He goes Vaporeon. Okay, so Vaporeon becoming increasingly annoying, but that was good damage there. Actually, that was really big damage there. So I'm gonna Drain Punch him here. I'm forcing him to Scald now, and I don't know if he has room for Protect on this set. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if he has room for Protect. So this could be an opportunity for me to get my Pidgeot in and start Hurricaning. Because he's got Wish, Heal Bell, Scald. Does he have Protect as his last move? He lets his Vaporeon go down here if I Drain Punch, and he, like Drain Punch kills here. So he either has to Scald, or he has to Wish. And if I get rid of this Vaporeon, we're gonna be in a really good spot moving forward, because this has been like the one thing he keeps Wish healing up his team. It's been very difficult for me to deal with. So let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, we put ourselves in a good spot to weaken this Vaporeon. I'm glad I Toxic again. So he, like I said, either goes for Scald here and tries to knock me out, and then his Vaporeon's incredibly low, and then I start pressuring with Pidgeot. We know that the Infernape is not Scarfed. Well, unless he's Scarfed Rocks. So not super concerned there. So yeah, we should be in decent shape here. I lose nothing if he knocks me out. He's gonna switch out into Landorus. Okay, that's fine. I really don't care if Pyrotos goes down at this point. I get a Drain Punch off here. I can find out a little bit about what this Landorus wants to do. I am packing the Ice Punch and I'm gonna go for it. If he knocks me out, that's totally fine by me. I wanna find out what this Landorus is doing. He's gonna just Earthquake. Okay, will we see Life Orb? We don't see anything, okay. I mean, I have the HP Ice on Pidgeot. So he could make a really bold play and go, I mean, if he's locked into it, Burb comes in and really pressures him. He's got to know I have HP Ice. If he's Yachi, I mean, this is an opportunity for Bird to come in and really pressure him now with Hurricanes. I think that's my play. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to just Hurricane here. Because I understand that, like, if I HP Ice, he goes Klefki, I kind of lose some momentum there. But Hurricane blows back a lot of his team. If he Stone Edges, though, I'm going to be really upset. That's the only thing. Let me take a look at this calc real quick. Mega Pidgeot versus Landorus Therian form. Let's say he's Scarfed. Hurricane does 69 to 82. Hidden Power Ice definitely knocks him out. He knows that. He's got to know that. Yeah, Hidden Power Ice definitely knocks him out. I'm going to go for the Hurricane. He switches into Klefki, so I figured that was going to be the case. This will be interesting to see whether it knocks him out or not. It does. That was big. Okay, so not going for the HP Ice was the right play there because we got rid of Klefki, which means his dual screen threat is gone. Vaporeon is incredibly low. That Infernape or that Landorus is Scarfed. I'm not sure which. But whichever one he brings in here, I think will reveal that. Or he goes Persian and tries to Fake Out. But now I don't have to worry about being paralyzed. So I don't foresee the Haxorus being Scarfed. I don't think that makes sense. Infernape or... I don't think we saw Infernape switch moves in this match. But Scarfed Infernape would be carrying U-turn, so I feel like the Landorus is Scarfed. So if he goes Landorus, we predict the Stone Edge, and we go into Zygarde, I think. And Zygarde actually pressures him a ton with Thousand Arrows. You know, and I still have the Azu, which can easily Belly Drum against the Persian. So that's really solid too. And actually, once I get Belly Drum up, we might just be able to win the game. He goes Haxorus. Okay. I don't know if he's Scarfed or not. I think I just need to Hurricane. If he locks himself into a Dragon move, then I get to free Belly Drum. So Hurricane has a chance to knock him out. Outrage does kill me if he's Life Orb. I think it's worth. I think it's worth. Or I just U-turn. Into what though? Into Eclipse? I'm gonna Hurricane. He is Scarfed. Hurricane still hits though, and we knock him out. So he was Scarfed Haxorus. He went for Rock Slide, that's fine. So he was saying, I don't know how that killed. He doesn't know how Hurricane killed. I don't know. I don't know how it killed, but I will take that. So Haxorus went for Rock Slide. So yeah, Choice Scarf Rock Slide there does about up to 82. All right, here comes the Infernape. This thing probably has Mach Punch. I don't think he's Scarfed as well though. I don't see why I stay in when I can just go to Eclipse though. So he Gunk Shots, probably predicting a switch. I don't know. He misses. Kind of unfortunate for him. I'm in a situation though where I can pretty much Earth Power or Toxic. I mean, he could go Lando here. I'm gonna just Toxic. So he's Gunk Shot. Maybe he thought I was going Azumarill there. So he's Gunk Shot. He's Flare Blitz, Stealth Rocks. Okay. Actually, oh, he makes the Persian play. Okay, that's fine with me. All right, so my play here, 1,000,000% is to go to Azu, and we go for game with Azu, and I think Azu wins. I'm not even gonna think about it. Azu comes in, it's clicks Belly Drum. I mean, all he can do is Parting Shot against me. So he very well made Parting Shot here, which would be a good play. He does Parting Shot there, so that was a really good play on his part. But does he want to take, he's gonna go into Vaporeon. I don't know if Vaporeon lives a hit here. If I just play rough. Like, he could Wish, though. I'm just gonna play rough. He is faster. I get the play rough off, so I get rid of the Vaporeon. I wish I set up there, but that's okay. Now he gets a Wish off on something. But I'm not, like, super concerned. I got rid of the Vaporeon. So he ran fast Vaporeon this time. He, like, went back and watched the last video and put speed on his Vaporeon. So, that's a thing. That's a thing. I'm really surprised, though. He said that he was blown away because he didn't expect the Hurricane to do that much to his Klefki. I don't know what happened to the Klefki. I'm not sure. I mean, if I go to my team builder here, my Pidgeot's level 100. It's Timid, Max Special Attack, Hurricane. Nothing crazy about it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I think the Klefki took normal damage from other stuff. Like, it took 50% from Earth Power, which is what you would expect. Like, maybe he calced it with screens? Yeah, Hurricane 20... Oh, yeah, that's weird. Maybe he wasn't Max Special Defense? I don't know. I'm not sure. Here comes the Lando. I'm not, like, super concerned of Lando setting up just yet. Because I do have Aqua Jet still. I mean, do I lose anything by just going for a... I mean, what's the Persian at? 82? I'm just gonna go Voltigeist here. If this Lando starts setting up, like, I don't think he one-shots me. He is Rock Polish. Okay. So he's Rock Polish, Earthquake. I'm just gonna Willow. If he's Substitute, then we're in trouble. We actually lose if he's Substitute, I think. But he needs to have 2 attacks at least. He's probably Dual Dance. Yeah, that's the thing with Lando, dude. It's so scary. Yeah, I might lose to Lando here. He switches into Persian. Okay, so he knows that I can beat him there. Okay. Fine by me. All right, I get to get momentum here. I'm slower, so I can Volt Switch. He's gonna Toxic, that's fine. And now I get exactly what I want, which was to get my Azumarill in. If he wants to Toxic me here, that's fine. I'm going for the Z Belly Drum. Because at this point, I just click Aqua Jet and win the game, I think. Even with Toxic. So he's gonna Parting Shot, that's fine by me. I think I just win with Aqua Jet now. He goes into Lando. I'm assuming +6 belly drum is gonna do enough. I'm assuming. I'll double check, but +6 belly drum against the Landorus. I mean, it's super effective. We know he's offensive. That's knocking him out. Aquajet. He says GG. GG, man. So we're gonna pick up the W and move our way to the championships in the aDrive Army Battle League, which is super duper cool. I don't really think there's any way that this Infernape can knock me out here. His priority doesn't hit me super effectively, so he could fake out and stuff like that, but Azumarill able to put in the work here against Rudiger. I think this is the first time this season that we've been able to successfully, you know, come in with Azumarill, click belly drum, and then sweep, so proves to be a good Z Crystal choice. He can fake out here, but he dies otherwise, so good game to you, Rudiger. Excuse me, good game to you, Rudiger. Thank you for the battle again, dude. I'll ask him, what was your EV spread? I was timid, max. Yeah, I don't know how the Klefki died, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened with the Klefki. Was it level 100? I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be the battle. He said 252 HP, bold, max defense. Oh, max roll is 35. 35. Yeah, I just saw that. Let me see. Pidgeot, special Pidgeot versus Klefki. Klefki, bold, max HP. Max roll is, oh no, 32 to 38. Oh yeah, he was calculating with light screen, but he didn't have light screen. Yeah, he misstaked. He didn't have light screen. That's why. Okay, so that was the mistake. He thought that he was gonna live it, but nope, no light screen there. So it was a mid roll for the Hurricane. So either way, that's game, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and that's gonna be that for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I will catch you guys in the championships, baby. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one, and be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.